Hi everyone! Ever since moving to Singapore, I see a lot of you moving or wanting to move to Singapore or another country as well. But the number one question that I get is how much money do we need to save in order to move abroad? Now, how much I spend is going to be different than how much you usually spend. So that's why I'm never able to give you one number because honestly, even I don't know. So I decided to take out 1 week from my life and document how much money I'm spending in that week so you can have an idea how much does it cost to live life for a week in Singapore. To be fair, I took out a week where I was going out and working as well. Now, if you do not know, I'm a cabin crew by profession. So let's get started. So let's start with day one. This was the start of the week, so I had to grocery shop because I knew I had a flight coming up, and after the flight, I usually like to cook my own food. So I went to do a grocery shop in the bus, and this is how much that costed. Hey guys, so I'm back at home, done with the grocery shopping. I had to go to 2 stores. So now the one thing that I just noticed is I bought a $12.40 paneer. This much. Why is this $12? Oh my god. I spent about $30 buying just this much groceries, and I didn't even buy anything for the next time. Like, I just bought basics, but oh well. $15 at the Indian store. I just bought paneer, coconut cream and yogurt. That's it. The yogurt and coconut cream was $1 each. At Giant, which is another grocery store, I spent $14, but I bought 7 items. One of each was like a nut bar, but it was discounted. As you guys saw, I picked up all discounted items. Let's go cook with this now because I've got nothing else to spend. So on this day one, I spent a total of $31.66, but that is food for the entire week, which can last until the next week depending if I have too many flights. So I would say this was an investment kind of day. Let's move on to day 2 when I met my long-time friend. She works in another airline, so she had a Singapore layover and it was a last-minute plan. I was planning to stay home this day and I just ran to her. Now, since I was getting delayed, I had to take the cab, and this is the central area. So the cab costed me $26.30 to get there. Then we ended up having the fire ramen. I wanted her to experience it. It's basically, I'll just link the vlog here. They pour the oil and it fires up. It's a great experience, and it's a veg ramen that's actually delicious. That costed about $19.89 for 2 people. Then we ended up buying snacks from 7-Eleven, which costed about $3.30. I have the receipts right there behind me. The cab back costed $28.20. So all in all this day I spent $51.69. Of course, if you're going to the main city in the cab, it's going to be expensive. I went to the Orchard Road, if you guys don't know, which is the main shopping hub. I vlogged there plenty of times. Check out my vlog channel for that. So this was a relatively expensive day if you look at it, but I was with my long lost friend. It was a great day and I enjoyed it. But this is how much it costs to go about doing these kind of things. So out of the 6 days, 3 days I was on a flight. So the first day when I leave, I pay for the cab. But then when I come back, I have started to take the bus to keep things economical. The bus is direct to my home and it's not too long. So I just put in my AirPods, listen to my music, and I'm home. So that doesn't cost that much. And then the day I land, I usually stay at home and use the groceries that I've already bought. So from this week, 3 days were flight days, so I of course did not film them. So let's cut 3 days out. So the first day I spent I have my spending over here, $9.80 on the cab to the airport. On the way back, it's usually 90 cents in the bus. Yes, that's how cheap it is to take the public transport here. Now, while we're at the hotel, the breakfast was complimentary, and the food that I bought is in Indian currency, and I did not really spend that in Singapore, so I don't want to count it. Especially because of the currency conversion, it doesn't come out to be that much. It's probably like $10, so you can add an extra $10 to this whole week. But those were the 3 days. Then the day I landed, I just used up the food I already had. So minus those 3 days, this is how I spent the rest of the week. Now, I had another day off after my flight, so this day I decided to go out with another friend of mine. The Singapore F1 race was happening and I did not have the tickets, but I really wanted to enjoy the experience because the day before when I went out with my friend, I saw there were so many booths and events happening and I really wanted to see it, because before this, I think I've been on flights, I just never got to experience the F1 feel. So I wanted to go there. I also wanted to experience Bacha Coffee. It's a gourmet coffee brand in Singapore, and I've never tried anything from them before. And they have this $7 promotion happening where you get a coffee, a creamer, and a sugar stirring stick. Very interesting. So I wanted to try that out, and it's only $7, so it's really affordable. We decided to pick that up. My friend bought a bubble tea for herself. We got some croissants from the shop, and I decided to treat her because she waited for me a long time. I was quite late, but I took the metro, so that was affordable. On the way back, we decided to take the cab because she came over to my house to pick up something, so that was shared. But the bus and metro combination, I am putting a round figure of say $5, but it would have costed less than that. She wanted to have Indian food from one of my favorite restaurants in Singapore. North Indian food, not easy to find, quite expensive. Our total bill came out to be $46.50, but of course we shared it. So I got to pay $23. All in all, I paid about $43, and the cab... Wait a minute, did I pay her back for the cab? Oh my god, I need to check with her how much money the cab costed and pay her back for that. But overall, I've spent $43 on this day. Again, not cheap, but if you want to go out and about in Singapore, dine at a nice restaurant, come back by the cab, or go around that area, it will cost about $50, especially when you're with another person, because you want to have a proper meal, right? So it costs about $50 for a day of being out and about if you look at it. So all in all, let's see how much I spent this week. I'm gonna check out my calculator app. By the way, I bought a new phone. I'll do a what's on my phone in a bit. I'm gonna add $10 more for the thing I said. I don't know if this is cheap or not, but in a week I spent about $146.15, and yes, the cents matter because coins still are important here, so you do count the cents because you have to pay that to other people also. So round it off to $150 in a week. But this week I did go out, I went to nice places, and I did everything I wanted to do. I took the public transport to keep it as economical as I can. If you take the cab everywhere, which I used to do before COVID, it would get even more expensive. My monthly spending on cabs used to be close to $300-400, which was very alarming. So I decided to take the bus more often, and luckily for this house, it's in a very good location, so I can take that. If you work in a regular job, maybe you would buy your lunch or something like that, so you can minus and plus the amount like that. But I hope this video was helpful to you all, but don't be scared if the amount seems too big, because you can always buy and live your life accordingly. Like if you need to spend, you can of course hold back on going out. You can go meet friends at home. That's what we were doing during COVID, because we couldn't afford to spend $150. I did not buy any makeup, any clothes, or anything. Like I did not do any shopping apart from groceries this week. So if you plan to shop, you want to buy something else, it's gonna go up. So if you would like to know anything else about my life here in Singapore, any other aspects in Singapore, please let me know. I've made videos about housing in Singapore, how to buy a house. I think that's on my vlog channel. A lot more about the reality or other stuff about my life in Singapore is always on the vlog channel. So please make sure to subscribe to it. There aren't as many of you there as are here, so I would urge you to go subscribe to that channel, so you know even if I'm not uploading here, I will be uploading there. And in any case, I'll see you in my video next week. Bye-bye!